Derek Moss, winner of the second annual Coach Steve Memorial Tournament. Guy Smith, winner of the first Coach Steve Memorial Tournament. Two champions in this ring together when we team up to win the third annual Coach Steve Memorial Tournament. Oh my God!
I want to tell you a story. You see, everyone considered it such a big honor to be in the Toga Memorial Tournament that all the singles competitors began scrambling to find partners so that they could enter it as a tag team. Guy Smith would come to Derek Moss with an intriguing offer. The two singles champions team up to win the Toga Memorial Tournament.
This year things are a little bit different. 8 teams. But I'm not quite sure at the situation that I've been.
What aren't you sure about? What aren't you sure about? What's going to change? I'll tell you what's going to change. This year, it's a tag team tournament. And this year, what's changed is that your victory is assured because one of the teams, one of those 8, is Guy Smith and the young thriller Derek Moss. PWA heavyweight champion and the secondary champion. Who's going to beat us? Who's going to stop us? Who is really going to stand in our way? And after all the dust has settled and all the smoke is cleared, I will be the winner once more. Yeah, dude. That's what I'm talking about. See you next month.
With no warning and no remorse, Guy Smith betrayed Derek Moss. Following that betrayal, Guy Smith laid down a challenge for what would become known as the most important match in the history of PWA. The heavyweight championship and the regional championship in a title unification match at the Grand Wrestling Spectacle, PWA's biggest event of the year. Hold on, real quick. See, here is where the art of not storytelling begins to pay off. Because up to now, Derek Moss and Guy Smith have been able to build momentum individually. And now that the collision course is set, we can just sit back and wait for the crash. And everybody wants to see the crash. While the bout seems centered around the obvious questions, who's the better wrestler? Who's the more dominant champion? The war of words that would follow revealed an underlying current of resentment and emotion that really drove the competitive fire of these two proud champions.
6 long years ago.
This is the Pinfall Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship.
A scrawny 17-year-old kid with a gleam in his eye and a dream in his heart walked into a training center and looked Guy Smith in the eye.
And I am the Pinfall Wrestling Association Heavyweight Champion.
6 years later, that same little scrawny 17-year-old kid is standing before you, the PWA Regional Champion.
A pretender who carries his own gold.
We can go on and on. You can brag all you want.
If this isn't the pinnacle of our company, why bother me at all?
The burden of knowing that I was this close.
As long as this belt is around my waist, your belt means nothing. You mean nothing.
May 21st, the biggest night for PWA all year. The biggest match of my career.
At the Grand Wrestling Spectacle, you're going to step in the ring with a real champion, and you're going to find out just what it means to be a champion.
Lightning won't strike twice, because I am not leaving the Grand Wrestling Spectacle without adding another piece of hardware to my collection.
Get ready for your lesson, kid.
And with the stage set, there was no turning back. Took the early advantage. It seemed his veteran experience had an answer for everything that Derek threw at him. The regional champion simply could not shift the momentum in his favor. But a hero is not a hero because of skill alone. A hero is a hero because of his heart. Because when the tide is rising and all the odds are stacked against him and all hope seems lost, a hero continues to fight. When you reach the end of a story, there's a moment, a quiet moment, where you can see how it's all going to play out, as if it's been predetermined. and it's like nothing can stop you. And in that moment, you have to pause. And you have to breathe in that moment. And you have to drink it all in, because that is the moment that you work for. The moment when you can't be stopped. Unfortunately for our villain, that moment comes just before the end of the story. For our hero, it is the end of the story. In wrestling, there are so many things that can impact a story. It's not just words written on a page or scenes shot and edited in post. It's live. It's happening right before our eyes. And when you're telling a story that way, it's about creating moments. More than that, it's about living in those moments. It's about inviting the audience in to share those moments with you. We're not just telling stories. We're not just creating moments. We're creating experiences.